Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio, sponsored by Pitbull Audio. I'm Eric Lucero.
And I'm Paul Berezetsky.
And we got plenty of gear from Enjoy-A-Joyo today up for, but first we do have to mention rest in peace to Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, Temple of the Dog, Audio Slave fame. That was one of the most shocking...
First thing is that when I woke up this morning, got a text from my buddy.
Yeah?
It was a bummer.
Yeah, absolutely. I was up late last night and I just started seeing the reports pour in at somewhere just around midnight.
Yeah.
But I was even more shocked to find out the cause of death today. But I mean, Soundgarden had been reunited for what, at least 4 or 5 years, I think, doing festival gigs and that. I think they put out another album in 2012 or so. But yeah, just incredibly shocking.
The show that they did last night, that was Audio. Was that Audio?
No, that was Soundgarden.
Soundgarden?
Yeah. And it was in Detroit. Yeah. Yeah, it just crazy. And in light of the way we found out that Chris Cornell passed today, I did put up on Sharpen the Axe's page a bunch of websites and phone number resources, at least for San Diego County, we're out of here, for mental health resources. There's always someone to talk to, always help to reach out. You don't have to make the tragic decision that Chris Cornell made. So... yeah, if the numbers are there on the Sharpen the Axe website, or I'm sorry, not website, on the Facebook page, just in case. But had you ever seen them live?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I'd gotten to, and they're just absolute monsters.
Yeah.
Soundgarden live. It's definitely saddened to think that I'm not going to get another opportunity to see them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace to Chris Cornell.
Sure.
Today we got a whole bunch of gear from Enjoy-A-Joyo once again. They have released this new series of amplifiers here called the BanTamps, or BanTamP, I guess. We have 3 of the 4 with us. This is the Jackman right here. All of them feature, all of them are 20 watts. They're all the same size here. All of them have the same gain, tone, and volume controls in the front and Bluetooth capability. And some go between 2 voices or 2 different channels, like on this one. And they all have effects loops in the back, as well as this little, you can't see it, but on the back there's a little Bluetooth antenna.
And this runs on 9 volt, 12 volt?
No, it's 18 volt,
18 volt.
2.0 amps, yeah, and they all come with their own power supply.
Gotcha.
But we have these running for today into my Sour Mash cab loaded with I can't remember off the top of my head. It's either greenbacks or vintage 30s, but it's a cool cap from a guy out in Florida, and it's convertible. You can make it open, semi-open, or closed. We have it as closed back today. But yeah, did you even know Enjoy-A-Joyo was making amps now?
I had no idea. In fact, today I thought that we were just checking out pedals.
Oh, really? Yeah, which we do got a couple for bass actually later. But yeah, they came out with some other amp models. They have the Beale Street, a Jolenier, I don't know how to pronounce, I forgot the name and how to pronounce it correctly, but a high gain amp and another amp they've had out for a bit, and now they have these little minis. They are, like I said, 20 watts. They are hybrid in that they do have a 12AX7 tube in the pre-gain stage, or in the preamp stage, excuse me, and a solid state power amp. But this one right here, we have the gain at noon, tone at about noon there, and we're having it's clean. We're not using the Bluetooth right now, but you can use the Bluetooth to stream music to, so you can play music over.
Nice.
And if you're at home, there's a handy little headphone jack, a standard 1/8" headphone jack in the back, so you can play over your favorite tracks while you're practicing. Now,
handy.
Right. So, want to give it a shot here on the clean setting. Play it again. I'm rolling through. There we go. I had to at least let you finish the phrase there, but
That was going somewhere.
right, yeah. But it's it's not bad. You gotta if you want to make it sort of a more mute jazzy sound, you can definitely roll the tone back. But I like how it just starts to approach a sort of almost breakup right at the top end of that gain on there. Roll the tone up a little, but yeah, it's not bad at all.
Your pickups seem to be a little bit higher output than mine. I'm going through P90s. You got mini humbuckers on there?
Yeah, this on this Taylor SB1X here, they have the Taylor Design Mini humbuckers, which I guess are moderately high output. And I got it on my, I had it on position 2 of 5 here. Here's
I'm always outgunned when I go axe to axe with Eric.
one of these days. We're gonna bring you something with like EMGs
I'm gonna have,
or
like,
some
3
bare
9-volt
knuckles.
batteries powering my pickups.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
show you.
And that one day I'll just bring in something with just monstrous, try to compete. But it's got that's hitting the top end there of the clean channel. How about we roll it back to noon again? Let's see what the dirty channel of this sounds like again at sort of noon there. Keep on going, yeah. Got a little bit of bite to it.
Bite, yeah, for sure.
Each of the 4 amps on there are supposed to be kind of modeling different things. This one they just described as a British sound.
Okay.
I can't quite tell where it leans to on that British side of things, but it might be a little bit on that Voxy side. Hard to tell. One of the other ones behind
that also
here.
depends a lot on how your cabinet is voiced, I assume.
That is also true. Yeah, definitely. What you have in your cabinet and closed, open back, etc. But definitely not bad at all. I mean, it gets the job done for sure. Let me turn it up a little. I think my humbuckers on the neck humbucker on this at least is a bit more on the bassier side than usual, but still it's not bad. We've got a bridge on it. So I mean, you go and get a little bit of crunch out of here. You just need a quick, it's relatively cheap amp, and all of the ones in this BanTamP series are $199 a piece. Yeah, not a bad little pickup, I guess, for just a quick, well, I need something that'll have 2 channels and get there.
And I'm glad to see that the world of guitar is starting to shrink there.
Yeah.
I've been jealous of bassists for a while now, where they have these lightweight 1,000 amp,
Yeah.
1,000 watt amps somehow.
And there used to be a lot more solid state. Well, I mean, there's been all kinds of solid state, especially with the explosion of modeling in the 2000s and all that. But some of those like the Sun Beta leads, for example, from 70s, 80s, think the 80s for solid state are great for the doom and metal guys, but now you're starting to see a lot more of these hybrid or rethinking of that hybrid or a solid state like these. But
So you said the tube is in the preamp and the
Yes,
and solid state
power section.
Power section.
And it's not bad for 20 watts. I mean, it'll get you plenty of stage volume. You'd be just fine with it. Any other thoughts on the voicing of this one?
I really like it actually with your bridge humbucker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So nice, and actually with those P90s in there, it does have a nice way of bringing out a little dirt over the bark of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad at all. It's a great go-to for when you're in a pinch. Now, because you do not have a head switcher of any sort.
We're gonna have to go analog with this.
Absolutely, yeah. So how about this blue one right here? This here is the Bluejay.
This is like a 3-course meal right here.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So course number
We
two.
had the consommé.
There we go, and power you on. Now, might be taking a minute to power on, but this Bluejay here, much like the rest, you got a normal and a bright channel instead of a clean and OD. This one, Joyo says, is great for the blues guitarists and jazz guitarists is what they've aimed for. And yeah, we got the gain at noon and the tone at noon. Now we're back in there. All right. Interesting. Yeah, it's actually got a nice little bite that's perfect for that bluesy sound.
That's probably why they painted it blue.
Yeah, and called it the Bluejay. Who would have thought so? And I have it on the bright, actually. Let's go to the normal. I actually don't know yet. I recognize that melody, but I don't quite know the line. But let's we dial back, get to what it calls its jazzy sort of sound. Definitely not bad at all. I mean, you want a clean tone out of it, and it's giving that sort of bass-heavy sort of thing, but
usual.
We're great at that on the show. Interesting. Screw it. So it's definitely not bad on the cleans at all. I mean, it seems to be what this one is voiced for. And, you know, you get that kind of throaty breakup when you turn the gain up. It's definitely can work for that bluesy sound.
Can't see what you're in.
Oh, yeah, it's... yeah, I'll just do that. Any thoughts on this guy?
Well, we're both going through two guitars through a
mixer,
combo box. They're not really playing on top of each other too well, but
yeah,
it's got that nice bluesy kind of a little bit of breakup to it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, again, it could be another great, just quick $200 pickup for just a practice at home amp, or you're playing at a gig where you don't want to bring your Bassman, you don't want to bring even your JC120, just a small 112, or there's even 1x8 or 10 cabs, something small just with this.
You know what? We should have tried the Bluetooth feature with this, but
I can try to connect my phone real quick if you'd like.
That's gonna.
Yeah, it's, but yeah, like in all of them, you can turn...
Actually, that reminds me, I heard...
See, now Bluetooth is enabled.
A buddy of mine's been sending me tweets, forwarding me tweets from John Mayer.
Oh, boy.
Who's, on top of being just a badass, all-around, awesome guitar player, he's a pretty funny dude. So
oh, yeah?
One of the quotes he put out, one of the tweets said, something to the effect of... may you work as hard at everything in your life as you do at pairing something to a Bluetooth device. Something like that.
Yeah, there's some truth to that on the for my wireless headphones that I use at home. Sometimes I have to tell my phone to forget the device, restart the device, and pair it once again every single time. It never remembers it.
Yeah.
And that I really haven't dove too much into the world of Bluetooth loaded pro audio or instrument equipment, but why not?
But definitely handy's got, I don't know if you can see this little...
Yeah, it's here. Maybe we can just spin it around for a second, but there is a little...
So it's a little Bluetooth antenna right there?
Yep, little Bluetooth antenna right there, just for, to make sure that you get yourself some signal.
So
and that's the back of it right there.
So there's a headphones output and an effects loop, huh?
Yep. And the speaker output's right there, your power right there, the headphone, and the effects loop send and return. So you could send this out into another, I don't know, EQ, preamp, whatever you want to do, your delays.
Oh my God, this weighs a ton. I don't know if I can handle this.
I know, right?
Dragging this around to the gig, can you imagine?
Yeah, I mean, this is just such a pain right here. Who
Dude,
needs
you're going to dislocate your pinky. You should be careful.
It's going to tear right off my hand. That's exactly what's going to happen. But I mean, even a JC120 is a heavy freaking amp for a twin, or I mean, there's been a trend for how long with these little lunchbox amps? There was the Vox Nitrane, the orange Micro Terror was the king of them all for so long, and now even Mesa Boogie has their
Oh yeah, they're not
535s.
They're not this small, but
they're maybe this much taller and this much wider, but yeah, it's nice to have something small and portable like that. It helps out a ton.
you could wear this on your belt and run around the stage with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Until you fall over, yeah, and break some bones on this actually rather nice sturdy metal exterior.
Yeah, cool chassis.
Right?
Bright and
oh yeah, what were we in before?
I think we were just on the clean.
Oh really? So now it's on the bright?
Oh, well, and then there's oh no, okay, so blue's the cleaner and red is
no, this down here is Bluetooth on and off. So this is Bluetooth disengaged.
Gotcha.
This is Bluetooth available, and this is where the channel on others it's a channel cleaner OD. On here it is the normal and bright. So I have it on bright now. It's really subtle, but I do hear it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you that little subtle dip into a darker voice helps you out, by all means, hit it up. Again, it's an interestingly subtle, but I'm sure if you play with the EQ, it pops out a little more than you would think. But yeah, any other thoughts on this Joyo BanTamP Bluejay?
Pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Neat little guy.
Yeah.
Now,
we got one more of these.
Yes, one more. And this one here is the Meteor. This little gold guy.
Meteor like a stone falling from the sky, or Meteor like more meat on it?
I'm gonna say it's this more meat on it as much as I want it to be, but it is a stone falling from the sky. So let's power you on, and of course you got the gain, tone, volume. You do have clean and OD channels on this, and this is another British voiced one that might be more Marshall-ish. We'll find out. I never got to play with any of these. Well, at Pitbull Audio, I should say.
You want to turn it back on? There we go.
Thank you, Florentina. Now we can hear ourselves. So we have it on the clean channel right now, so why don't you play for me and I'll do some of the sweeps with the EQ and gain. So nice, not bad at all.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Interesting clean channel. Actually has more breakup on it than I thought would be available. Although it kind of makes me laugh every time we're testing these, how much it pretty much gain is gone right by there.
Yeah.
Even if you turn the master up, but at least like
so
there's a lot more range below that too, huh? but once you kick it in, it ain't bad. And we're already breaking up there, so let's push the drive and let's go to the OD. Oh wow, heavier gain. Let's see what you do. Nice. So any thoughts on the gain stage of this so far?
Definitely the heaviest out of the three.
Yeah, right. It's and I mean from the copy that we were provided by Joyo, they made it kind of seem like this was maybe on the Marshall-y side of what it's supposed to be, but it definitely has that sort of gain. Butchering Audio Slave, you know. But yeah, it's definitely the higher gain of them. And there's another one that they make, which we had sold out of already, so I couldn't bring in today, called the Zombie.
Okay.
So, which I think is another high gain one. But so this is kind of fun. Let's try out the treble. Woo! Yeah. Of course, I screw up playing some Red Fang right when I go for this. This definitely got some nice grind to it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the voicing in this one, say versus the Jackman, which was another English voiced.
I kind of like this one. Seems to have a little cooler like tonal stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like that it's much more saturated than the other one.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does kind of give the impression of like an 800 or maybe like a jumped God damn it, what was it called?
JCM.
Not JCM, not the JMPs. Super leads, I guess. Whichever one had 4 inputs that you could jump 2 of them and it added more gain. Still, nonetheless, it's kind of nice. It's almost like a JCM 800 sort of voice with like Soldano level of gain on it.
Yeah.
But it's still not, you want something that just does one thing great, and that's some high gain.
Yeah.
And it
doesn't sound like it cleans up all that much, but if this kind of raunchy modern stuff is your bag, this fits in your bag.
Yeah, it literally does. This could actually probably fit in a gig bag.
Fit in your man
Maybe
purse.
not. Yeah, exactly. You happen to have a deep case? Well, this one could do it. Let's see how much that cleans up.
Are you still on the drive channel? Or?
Yeah, I just wanted to see the lowest end of it. Definitely not quite as hot as anywhere else along this, but. There we go, yeah. There we go. Soaked in gain. A little noisy, but we're playing with single coils and humbuckers mixed in. That's fine. But yeah, any other thoughts on the series as a whole, the BanTamPs here?
Pretty cool. Really unexpected. I didn't know that Joyo was doing these little amps. It's I think a step in the good direction for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, for the $199 price, you can pick them up at pitbullaudio.com or come in and see me, and we'll check them out together. A great go-to, an easy gig amp when you don't want to take, if you have a vintage or expensive rig, and you just need it for a quick gig. Yeah.
Practice.
Or practice, yeah.
Jam room rehearsal.
True, yeah. I mean, it's got the headphone output, so you can even get one of these, run your pedal board into it, and just use this as the end. And actually, in our next segment, we're going to have a couple more home jam products from Joyo. So yeah, how about we go to our first commercial? And,
yeah. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to set up our next batch of toys, and we'll see you after the break. Stay tuned. This is Sharpen and X on EnterTalk Radio.
Powered by Pitbull Audio. Or powered by EnterTalk Radio. There, yeah.
Talk to you in a minute.
So I started playing around with looping. It's a way for me to express several aspects of myself. The RC505 is so amazing, especially for my project, because Trish's is supposed to express the several aspects of myself.
We're ancient artifacts dug up somewhere we can't go back. Dull skin and broken back, polished and cracked. We're just
the RC505 has input and output effects. So I can utilize those effects to create different voices. So not only am I layering my voice over itself, but I can create different voices to express different elements of myself.
'Cause you bore me like an animal, and you raise me like a saint. So tell me, can you get me down from this mountain that I'm falling off? 'Cause I'm feeling like a criminal, and you're the one to blame. Maybe I'm no good, maybe I'm no good.
I can use the guitar to bass effect to get a really low voice. I can use the panning effect to have the voices kind of swirl around the room, to be a little bit crazy. It's so empowering to be able to fill such a sonic space by yourself. I feel like a magician, like I'm making these things appear, like I'm bringing this life into the air, and it keeps building and building, and it's really magical. And it's so fun to watch people see this happen, to watch people see this build.
You raise me like a saint. So tell me, can you get me down from this mountain that I'm falling off? 'Cause I'm feeling like a criminal, and you're the one to blame. Maybe I'm no good, maybe I'm no good. Maybe I'm no good, maybe I'm no good.
When I'm looping, it's like they get to experience this growth with you, which is really beautiful, and which is one of my favorite things about performing live.
And it's torturous deciphering why I struggle with the life I live, and I don't know who I am when I'm acting like somebody else. But maybe I'm no good, maybe I'm no good.
It sounds really silly, but looping has really changed my life. It empowers me in a way that I didn't really have before. It gives me a voice, and it makes me feel that my voice is vibrant and loud and strong. And the Boss RC505 is the perfect tool to help me express that voice.
You call me like an animal, and you raise me like a saint. I'm feeling like a criminal, and you're the one to blame.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
All right, guys, welcome back to our second segment where we are continuing to bring you another playing of our intro music, which is up. Oh, all right, cool, awesome. We're continuing then. We are bringing you more Joyo products. They have rolled out a whole bunch of new practice amps, and as you saw in the previous segment, the BanTamP series, which are 20-watt hybrid amps that you can.
I'm starting to see a pattern with Joyo. They like to make things tiny and cute.
Yes, that seems to be their MO here. And of course, we have this. It's almost, the mic is almost the same size as this thing, which I think is hilarious. But this is the I have to look at my notes. Top GT portable amp. It's $109, and this is a practice amp / just you can use it as a Bluetooth speaker, or like with the BanTamPs, you can stream music to it and play over it. Well, if we look at the top here, the on and power's right there. The other switches, you got the Bluetooth on or off right there. You can use effects that are through an app through Bluetooth to connect to this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you can select via app or built-in effects down there at the bottom. A voice control, a gain control, tone, volume, and master. So pretty simple, nice and easy to use. And again, well, let's just dive into it and check it out. So, want to give it a shot?
Sure. Is that mic on? Oh,
There we are.
go.
Yeah, mic wasn't on. I'm sorry, I can't hear you over all that humming and buzzing. This, I...
built-in effects?
You'd think so with the words effects built in on there, but it's allowing you to choose between the app or built in, but there is nothing really built in.
to be a little bit better behaved on low gain. You can give it a little more. So
It's almost like I have another gain stage on voice. I'm very confused by the name voice for. It's a practice amp.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is built for. It is built for just messing on your couch at home, keep it on your coffee table or end table, and just plug in while
yeah,
you're
I'd say probably the
watching Masters of None or whatever you happen to be watching these days.
I'd say
Mystery Science
having
Theater 3000 for me.
having Bluetooth functionality on this would be its biggest selling point. Is just jam along to songs, just learn just learn the parts.
Yeah, exactly. You learning new songs for a band, or if you're in a cover band, just having to play over something. I mean, this is a great little product for that. It's $109, but you do get some Bluetooth streaming, and you can stream amp effects. Like if you
So Joyo has their own app with effects.
not that I'm aware of, but
where do you get the effects from?
there's been a number of little apps out there that kind
so
of
it
do the
doesn't
same
have to
thing.
be like a proprietary Joyo thing.
The way they have made it seem, it does not.
Just as long as it's getting some kind of a Bluetooth signal with effects, it'll.
Yeah, pretty much. So if you open
incorporate.
up your phone, I'm sure you'll see the top GT show up in your devices when you go for Bluetooth, and then from there you should just be fine. But I mean, it's portable. It will get the job done for practice and just at home. I mean, it's not meant to be something that's on stage. But if you are using these on stage, I would love to hear the show just to see how you get rid of all the noise and hum and buzz out of it. There it is, and there it's gone, and there it is. But it's again a neat little practice tool.
All right.
Which yeah, let's give it a shot of the next one here. Just gonna do some more awkward switching out again. And this right here is the Jam Buddy. So
Same thing,
grab
9
that.
volt?
Yep, 9 volt powered. And the input's there. Excuse us while we
This
set
one has
ourselves up.
2 speakers up top here. It
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah, and it's I forgot what the measurement on it is. Aha, there we are. Well, here's my notes on it. Yeah, headphone jack, rechargeable battery. It has 3 hours of life, and Bluetooth reception on it. You do have built-in delay on here, which I thought was pretty neat. You got delay, mix, time, feedback. Your master volume is there. Tone control right here. The gain drive and the clean gain. Let's go without this first. We're in classic gain mode and on the clean channel. Why don't you repeat that wonderful phrase again? Now let's jump over to the drive channel. We're going to start in the classic drive mode, then we'll jump to high gain. But
I need some delay for those.
Oh,
for
you
those
need some
Floyd
delay?
riffs.
Yeah,
it's
you want
just
some delay?
Not the same.
Let's see. Do you want? Let's go with the drive first.
There we go.
There you go. Nice.
Also a bit of a noisy bugger, but the delay is not bad on this.
Right, yeah, it just gets the job done. But I mean, they actually what I thought was pretty cool about the Jam Buddy here was it is designed to be at your feet. So it is set up almost in a wedge shape, like a floor monitor. So these are pointing right at you, and you go between your drive channels and clean channel there with these two pedals right there. Let me jump to high gain now.
It's kind of fun.
Right? Yeah. I'll get all shreddy on there, definitely.
Whoa. What was that?
Oh, wait a minute.
Nice. Oh, did you have the delay like in an infinite loop?
Yeah.
You like this kind of stuff. There you go. Oh, we found this thing's hidden talent. Yes.
I've made a theremin! Enough of that. Anyway, so yeah, you can, I guess the delay in here is a bit longer than I thought it was, but let's give this a try.
There we go. It's behaving a little better.
Okay, now it's not quite as noisy, but again, this is, you know, not something you're going to be taking on to stage with you at a great gig. This is a practice tool at home, and it's a conveniently packaged one. And again, in a floor-based format, you just switch between with your feet. And I mean, if it's noise bugs you, there's plenty of noise gates out there. In fact, they build some in their Ironman series and their other pedal series. Maybe should have brought one or two of them with me. But yeah, the Jam Buddy from Joyo. It is $99. That's nice and inexpensive.
And I haven't really seen a design like that. The noise issues aside, this is a pretty cool setup where it's basically, like you said, it's controllable with your feet, stomp box with speakers built into it. It's kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, that's a great way to summarize it. It's a stomp box with built-in speakers. It's 4 watts per side for each of these guys in here, and it'll definitely get the job done, just for playing at home. Just sitting on your couch and switch along and have some fun.
All right.
Nice. Well, how about we take that second break, and then we'll come back with our final 2 products, a pair of pedals that from Joyo's Ironman series for bass.
That sounds good.
Yeah, doesn't it?
And we'll check out Eric's cool Bluejay bass right there.
Yeah, my Plexi Beauty.
So we'll be right back. This is Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio, sponsored by Pitbull Audio.
We'll be right back.
And several people did. Well, I'm glad you.
Hey everybody, it's Ariel from EnterTalk Radio. We're here at NAMM 2017, brought to you by Pitbull Audio, and Jeremy has been showing us a lot of cool gear from Mono Cases and BanLab, and we're now going to look at BanLab Technologies' flagship software, BanLab. From what I understand, it's like a online, cloud-based, social media-based DAW platform, right?
Yeah, you nailed it. It's a social music platform. So it's a thriving community of music creators and fans, all centered around DAW that can go up to 12 tracks. So you can make music in BanLab, you can upload music to BanLab, share it with the community, you can get feedback from people. One of the big pivot points here is that you can also invite people into your process. So instead of just showing your final product, all polished, mastered, whatever, BanLab is all about the journey. So you can start with, hey, I wrote this guitar lick today. Put that out there. You get feedback on it. People think. The next day you're like, hey, Joe came over. I extended my guitar track and he recorded some bass. That's out. Drummer came by. Look, it's taking form. Here's a song. So your fans can be a part of this entire process and be much more engaged with you and your journey as you create a song.
But it's online, so you can actually collaborate with people around the world.
Absolutely. So we're accessing this right now through Google Chrome, online, in a web browser, on any computer. All right, so you just go to BanLab.com. You can access it, as you see here, and you'll see on the B-roll in a second. You've got a community where you curate your own experience by deciding who to follow. So you follow people whose music you enjoy or whose vibe you like. That's what shows up in your feed. If you click on Explore at the top here, you've got a great discovery engine. So you've got some featured musicians at the top. And then you can explore by genre here. All right, if you were to choose rock, for example, you can view by most recent, most popular, which would be the most plays, or most inspiring, which has the most forks. We'll get into forks in just a moment. At the bottom of the Explore page, you also have some curated packages by BanLab, where we curate these packages for you. So things like musicians wanted. So maybe this is just a guitar riff, but the person's looking for a bass player or drummer. Great opportunity there. So there are 4 ways that people can share and make and share their music on BanLab and collaborate. One is to be completely private about it. You go into BanLab, use our tools to make your music, but don't share it with anyone. Download it yourself, do whatever you want with it. The second way would be like a gallery type, where you make your music and you share it to the community, and people could consume it and enjoy it, but they can only leave comments. They can't really engage with the music any further than that. The other way, finally, is to allow forks. And that's sort of like Creative Commons, where you make your music and you put it out to the community, you put it out to the world, and you say, hey, what do you got? Pick up where I left off. So it may just be, here's everything I did, go for it. Or it might be like a song I did where it's just a bass riff, and then I say, hey, I need a guitar player to go off on this. And several people did.
Jeremy, a computer program like this must be expensive. What does it cost to use?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Ariel. This is actually completely free, will always be free, 100%. So BanLab is free to all users. You go to BanLab.com. It's also available on iOS and Android, and that's the key for us, all right? BanLab is truly cross-platform, so you can access it online. If you're on web, it's completely DAW agnostic, so you just upload your audio files. I do want to show you here also that we have the robust DAW in the middle, which is a digital audio workstation. We have hundreds of virtual instruments, hundreds of loops, a robust drum machine, guitar effects, all sorts of stuff. It's as easy as this to just drag and drop a loop in and get started making music. Robust MIDI editor, and again, whatever you make here, as soon as it syncs to the cloud, which is within moments, you can then immediately access the same stuff on your phone, or when you're on your phone and on the go, you can absolutely record something and then come back to the computer and further mix it or involve other people. And one final thing I want to share with you is we also have a mastering beta right now. So this is outside of the DAW. You can literally drag and drop your MP3 or any other sort of audio files right into the BanLab environment. It's gonna master it through using algorithms and spit it right back out to you. You can download it, you can share it with the community, and you're good to go. We're really excited about this. This is also 100% free, unlimited mastering by BanLab.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. This is the future of music making right here, the future of music collaboration and recording. Jeremy, thanks for showing this to me.
Thanks for coming by, man.
My pleasure. For EnterTalk Radio, this is Ariel, brought to you by Pitbull Audio. We're here at NAMM 2017. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to Sharpen the Axe. Explore the bleeding edge of guitar and bass gear. Discover a sound uniquely your own and cut through the noise. With your hosts, Eric Lucero and Paul Berezetsky.
Hey guys, welcome back to our last segment of this show. In this end, we have something for the bassist this time. We got two new pedals from Joyo's Ironman series, which are these little compact guys right here with the neat covers for protecting your settings.
Bassists? Do bassists deserve pedals?
I would say so. I mean, something's got to make them sound good, right?
What do they need pedals for?
Well,
just hide in the shadows there and get
and just pretend to play, and yeah, we'll get a keyboard player just play synth parts for you anyway, right? That's exactly how it goes.
Look out into the crowd and look at the girls you won't have after the show.
Bassists just don't get nothing, I guess.
That's for Tino.
Yes, our producer here, Tino. But we have the Moonbass bass distortion and the F.O.H, which is front of house bass DI. On the Moonbass, we have a color, drive, and level. And on the front of house, we have treble, bass, mix, and level controls. So.
And as always with Joyo and these little Ironman series, very cool little faceplate shield. You set your settings.
And when you turn them on,
and you won't accidentally kick the dials with your foot.
Absolutely, yeah. And you have a nice little porthole to remind you that you're playing Joyo.
Nice.
All lit up. But let's give actually the front of house a try first. Am I in here? Oh, there we go. Nice. All right. So, yeah, if you want to do some dial playing, I'll play.
So the mix brings in the EQ?
I actually don't know because that's the description on that came with this just says mix. Doesn't say what it mixes in, but
Okay. Oh, there you go. It sounds like it's throwing compressor in there or something. So when I turn it down, you're getting kind of hot. And I bring it up, it kind of.
Oh, it sounded like it was distorting too.
Yeah, with all the way down, it was getting distorted. So, and the mix cleans it up. So.
Interesting. Yeah, that's yeah. I wonder what they were labeling it for.
A compressor or something?
I mean, I guess if they had a fixed compressor circuit in there and just blended it in like parallel compression, maybe. But it almost feels like it's bringing in drive of some sort.
Well, it's bringing in drive when you put the mix down. So, some treble. So you wouldn't be overdriving. right?
No, I guess not. But
I thought maybe it's
It
just
has a
mixing
little
your
girth to it,
dry
though.
signal and.
although it does add some girth to it. I kind of like that.
You're playing bass with a pig, bro?
I know Tino's 80 right now.
I do not condone this behavior. If everyone starts, anyone who wants to start flaming us on Facebook, I did not condone this. I didn't know this was going to happen. Had I known, I
I can already imagine all the hate. One, for playing bass with a pick, but two, there's no
guess-
soul note if it doesn't have any wood, man.
Well, actually, I kind of feel like if you're going to play a loose-side bass, then pick is acceptable. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
loose-side
This
pick on
just one
top of
time, but you're on probation. I'm putting you on warning.
Good to know. Good to know. I'm on probation here. It's I'll be glad to try to beat that here. You know what? Let's make this more interesting. I want to kick in this distortion already.
Right. Now that pick has a reason for being. Actually, this color dye was actually doing a lot.
So that it seems to almost be like a presence. It has the effect of like a presence on an amp.
Yeah. And this is specifically designed to be a bass distortion.
Yes, it is meant to be a bass distortion.
So if I were to, actually, this almost sounds like the '70s, like directly into the soundboard kind of.
Like a little bit of that
Like a-
driving studio preamp.
That. I don't remember that.
Let's
solo
try it
anymore.
with just the moon bass. Oh, we need it.
There's like a lot of '70s songs had that kind of effect where it sounded like they plugged a distorted guitar right into the mixing console or something instead of going through an amp and miking it.
Right, yeah, well, the Nile Rodgers comes to mind for that because a lot of his big Strat sound was just right into an API console. So actually,
I didn't know that.
you know what, let's try just hearing
just
your clean, yeah.
That's a secret.
There we go. Now turn on the drive.
Actually, the on clean that did sound really legit. Nile Rodgers.
Right. So we discovered something here that if you want for a mere, for $75, you can essentially get a nice little DI with some EQ and a, well, we haven't figured out what the mix is exactly on it yet, but it's something nice on there that can get you a direct sort of sound, or if you're rocking on bass. Let's hear a little bit more of it. Well, that was quite a different change right there.
That's the mix all the way to the right.
No, we can get nice and doomy here.
Yeah.
If you want the sound of someone playing bass in their garage and you're 2 rooms away, that's
That's
I kind of enjoyed that though. But I mean, we've seen that there's enough flexibility within the CQ to get a wide variety of sounds. I mean, even just doing just all the weird flanging in between that. I almost wish I could use an expression pedal with this mix. But here we go. We have another couple new entries into the Ironman series. The Moonbase, for $55, I think it goes for. Yep, confirming my notes. $55, an easy go-to bass distortion that can handle the low end. And if you're looking for a quick, especially this, you know what this is good for? If you're on tour and your main gear breaks down, you just need something quick. You can just pick this up for, what's this, like $130 for the 2 of these together.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Right into the into the PA.
Right into the board, and hope that you have a decent monitor mix.
Yeah.
But the Ironman Moonbase and front of house bass distortion and bass DI. And this takes a balanced or unbalanced line out. We have ours going direct into our board here. But any other thoughts on either of these?
Pretty cool. Like a wide range of kind of colors and sounds. You could just kind of experimental thing. Just got to play around with it and find what you like, what it does for you personally.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely some cool sounds. And I was digging that direct into the into the board Nile Rodgers setup. That might be a secret weapon for you funksters.
Right, and I mean, there's actually a fairly long history of that, of guitar, especially more bassists using guitarist pedals back in the day. Like one of my favorite examples of that is Peter Hook of Joy Division and New Order. He was using a Electro-Harmonix one of their choruses. I want to say I forgot. It's one of the Electro-Harmonix ones, but he became famous for that sound, and especially in the metal or progressive scenes, there's a lot of bassists who use guitar pedals and vice versa. But there's no reason you shouldn't pick up a guitar pedal if you're playing bass, or you shouldn't pick up a bass pedal if you're playing guitar. And if it works for you, it works for you. As we just found out, you want a neat little easy way to do direct into the board thing. Paul now has some love for the front of house, for that Nile Rodgers sort of sound in your funk.
I like it.
But come on in, check them out. You need a quick purchase, just something to mess around with. Again, at $55 and $75, these are little steals right there. There we go. Nice. Definitely a great sounding little pedal on guitar as well as bass.
Yeah. It was made for a Strat, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Every time you hit a note on it, it sounds like our bumper music about to kick in.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Which I guess we might as well as...
I
think that does it for us as far as toys for today.
Yeah, we covered the Joyo BanTamP amp series, the Jackman, Meteor, and Bluejay. We covered the Jam Buddy, also from Joyo, as well as the Top TG portable guitar amp, and the Moonbass bass distortion, or bass drive, and the front of house bass DI.
So if any of these little guys speak to you, go to pitbullaudio.com. You could pick one up there. And if you guys live in the San Diego area, you could come into the flagship store in National City and
Our
check them
only
out
store.
for yourself.
Yeah.
By default, it's the flagship.
But that's also true, yes. Yeah, the corner of West 28th and Hoover. I'm there Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come take a visit.
I guess that does it for this episode of Sharpen the Axe on EnterTalk Radio, presented by Pitbull Audio. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.
I'm Paul Brzezinski, and
I'm Eric Lucero.
we'll see you next time.